Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Labor Day. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hopefully, you're having a good start to the week. I know a lot of you are probably off from work, so hopefully, you all are enjoying a long, extended weekend. It is September 1st officially, folks. We have 25 games left for the New York Yankees. How will this month play out? How did last month play out? We'll talk about all of that, and we'll talk about the upcoming games. And, obviously we know the first 2 weeks for the New York Yankees are going to be a tough one. The first 12 games are going to be tough. So, we'll talk about those games. We'll talk about the schedule for the month of September. Of course, folks, as promised, I am going to do 2 gift card giveaways for Fanatics. So, we're going to do a duck race, and I'm sure a lot of you are probably wondering, what is this duck race thing that he's talking about? I actually learned it from the folks at Uptown Sports, because whenever they did giveaways, they would do a duck race, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I've actually used it a few times and have given away a couple of gifts. So shout out to the folks in the chat. Make sure you all hit the like button, hit that sub button. Keep sharing this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's continue growing this channel. The month of August for the New York Yankees, honestly, was a better month comparatively. When you look at the month of June and July, it was there were some pretty bad months. August was an improvement. Could have been better, but I'll take an improvement. And with everything being said, that said, the Yankees right now, they're still at the top of the wild card, but the Red Sox are right behind them. The only thing that's really separating them right now is that the Yankees have one less loss than the Red Sox do. The Blue Jays lost their game earlier today to the Cincinnati Reds, and the Yankees right now are trailing 2.5 games behind the Blue Jays for the AL East. Red Sox, same thing. They're trailing by 2.5 games. So, the AL East is about, AL East is going to be really interesting. I feel like it's going to come down to the wire. Would I be surprised if the Yankees didn't finish at the top of the AL East? Yeah, I wouldn't surprise me if they didn't finish at the top of the AL East, but you never know. There's 25 games left. Anything is possible. Let's just see what happens. But let me go say what's up to the chat real quick. Let me see who we have in the chat. Jonathan, first person in the building. What is going on? Katie, how are you? Joseph, how are you? Who else we got in the building? We got Cecilia is in the building. What is up? We got Dev Finch in the building. What is up? We got Stephen B. We got Pixelmon. What's going on? How we doing? Richard Chin is in the building. What is up? So 16-12? Or was it? I thought I had 15-12. I might have miscounted. What's up, Victor? What up, Jacob? What's going on? Jacob's upset about his Guardians. Yeah, the Guardians, man. I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened. I thought it was either way, whether it was 16-12 or 15-12. I mean, Yankees ended the month of August with a winning record. It could have been better, right? The record for August could have been a lot better. But, again, it's better than there are 28 games in August. Cool. So I might have miscounted. So I'll take 16-12. I'll take 16-12. So my apologies. So 16-12. Once again, it's a better record than what they had in the previous months. The previous months in June and July were terrible, right? The record for those months were terrible. June they ended with a 13-14 record. July they ended with a 12-13 record, and those 2 months, that 2-month stretch, the Yankees were playing some very bad baseball. Now August, again, a much better record. They turned it around. They went 16-12. I'll take 16-12. Right now, I know a lot of folks are out there saying that the Yankees beat up on the bad teams and they're playing bad against the good teams. Which, listen, you're not wrong there, right? And these these first two months, or the first 2 weeks of the month of September, is going to be very telling. It's going to be very telling of who this team is, and we're going to find out if this team is for real, right? Because there's a big stretch of games here in the first 2 weeks, right? Beginning of September, they travel to Houston, play against the Astros. Then they come back to the stadium, to the Bronx, to play, and they host the Blue Jays. They're off next Monday. Then the Tigers come into town, right? And after they're done playing the Tigers in a 3-game set, they've traveled to Fenway, traveled to Boston to play a 3-game set against the Red Sox. And no doubt that the Yankees have struggled against all 4 of these teams. And again, these games are truly going to matter, right? These games are truly going to matter. And real quick, let me say what's up to the Back It Up Binge podcast. He's what's going on, JB? Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. He does a really good job over there. And 16-12 is a 92-93 win season. Not bad. I take it. I'd take it too, all things considered there, JB. Heck, I said that the Yankees would take 20 or would win 93 games this season. That was my prediction. If my prediction holds true, I'd be pretty happy. And yeah, I did see the Yankees leaving with the field with gear using cowboy hats. I don't really, that doesn't bother me. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. I'm not going to let that bug me whatsoever. But yeah, 7 more versus the Orioles. Yeah, thanks, JB. I appreciate it, man. But, the Yankees may have been beating up on bad teams, but at the same time, you got teams like the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. They've been losing against teams that, we didn't expect, right? To pull up the Boston. Well, let's just go Boston Red Sox schedule real quick, because I want to pull up the month of August and see how they performed, right? You go back to August. I'll give credit where credit is due. They swept the Astros, right? But then, they won the series against the Royals. They won the series against the Padres. But then they lost 2 out of 3 to the Astros. Beat the Marlins. They lost both games to the Orioles in the 2-game set. Then, they beat the Yankees 3 out of 4. They swept the Orioles in a 4-game set, but then they lost 2 out of 3 against the Pirates. So, there was a few games that, they may have won the series, but, they lost against some of those bad teams, right? So actually the Royals didn't sweep them. So the Royals won the last game of the season. So they did lose 1 game to the Royals. They lost 1 game to the Marlins, right? If we're talking about teams that are, a little bit lower in the standings. And they lost 2 games against the Orioles, right? And that was at Fenway. And they lost 2 out of 3 against the Pirates. As a matter of fact, Saturday night's game, they lost 10-3. Make it make sense. In other words, these things happen. So, the Yankees aren't the only team losing against bad teams, right? It's baseball. These things do happen, and for one reason or another. But the Red Sox have, they've lost some games against some bad teams too. And just this last recent series, they just lost 2 out of 3 against the Pirates. And that was a series that I expected the Red Sox to win 2 out of 3. But again, they lost 2 out of 3, right? The 2 games that they lost against the Orioles in Boston at Fenway, I expected them to win those games, but they didn't, So, some of those losses benefited the Yankees, And with that said, it benefited the Yankees. The Yankees were winning games, and they were able to come back on top to take control of the wild card for now. Of course, things could always change. And now they find, the Yankees find themselves 2.5 games, behind the Blue Jays for first place. Right. Last week, the Yankees were 6.5 games. We're 6.5 games out of first place. The Yankees were even at one point in danger of losing their wild card spot. I mean, that's how bad things were. All right. They were in a bad spot. But there was still a lot of games to be played. I know there was a lot of fans out there saying that, yeah, this team, just doesn't have it. They're not going to make the postseason. They have no chance. Just give up on the season, which, why give up on the season when they're still competing for a spot? It really, that part never really made any sense. But there was all these things that some fans were saying about, the team should just give up and they're going to embarrass themselves in the postseason. But then again, it's like if they don't make it to the postseason, then fans are going to complain that they missed the postseason and they're going to call for the firing of, whoever, right? That's what they're going to do. So they're still going to go out. They're still going to compete. I'd rather them make it to the postseason, and it sucks losing in the postseason, but I'd rather them make it to the postseason. And, if they get eliminated in the postseason, yeah, it's going to be upsetting, but I'd rather them get in than not get in at all. That's how I feel about it. You all let me know how you feel about it, but that's how I feel about it. But I want to talk about the Blue Jays now, right? Real quick. In the month of August, okay? In the month of August, they lost 2 out of 3 to the Royals. They swept the Rockies. They lost 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers, right? They beat the Cubs 2 out of 3. They beat the Rangers 2 out of 3. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Pirates. So the Pirates are they're a nightmare. It looks like in the month of August. They beat the Blue Jays 2 out of 3. They beat the Red Sox 2 out of 3. Right? They beat the Marlins 2 out of 3. And they beat the Twins 2 out of 3. And then they lost to the they lost to the Brewers 2 out of 3. So, the Brewers are no joke. The Brewers are the best baseball team as of right now, as far as their record is concerned. But, the Yankees, again, the Blue Jays had some, they had a little bit of a rough go there. Still had some success, but a little bit of a rough go. But with some of those losses that they suffered and the games that the Yankees won, the Yankees were able to make up some ground. And it's great. And it's great to see. Again, the Yankees were 6.5 games out of first place. And at one point, they were almost on the verge of losing the final wild card spot. And look at where they are now a week later. I mean, these things do make a difference. All right. Richard Chin saying, I'm thinking the Yankees go 4-8 to start September. And then to end September, they'll go 10-3 or 9-4 to end the season, finishing with a 14-11 and 90-92 wins. That's not unreasonable, right? That's not unreasonable. Hopefully they have enough fire in them to win some of these next few games. I mean, they don't have a choice. Yeah, Houston just split 4 games against the Angels. Yeah, 28 games, 16-12. Yep, I'll take it. All right, Petruzzi, I'm glad you're home, dude. Hopefully you had a good day at work. Petruzzi says we're losing the next 15. I know he's being sarcastic with that comment. Yeah, I know he's saying a little something about someone. But, what up, Theo? What's going on, dude? What's going on, buddy? How are you? What's going on? Shout out to Theo. I hope you had a good time at the game yesterday between the Rockies and Cubs. But, the Yankees, 28 games left. What up, Paranormal? 28 games left. And first 2 weeks, this is do or die right here. This is do or die. These next 2 weeks are going to be very telling of who this team is. These next 2 weeks may tell us what this team is going to look like in the postseason. Now, when the postseason starts, I mean, everybody's record is 0-0. All right, it's as simple as that. It's 0-0. Anything is possible in the postseason. We've seen upsets in the postseason, but the first 12 games of this month are going to be very important. And the Yankees cannot afford to mess around. They cannot afford to play around. All right, they got to start showing up against these teams, because these games are really going to matter for the Yankees, right? It's going to matter for everybody that is competing. But right now, as far as we're concerned, with the Yankees, they got to start showing up, because they have had zero success against any of the 4 teams that they're going to play against. They've had so far a losing record against these guys this season. The Yankees have struggled mightily against the AL East, particularly obviously with the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. Blue Jays and Red Sox have owned the Yankees this season. So, whatever the Yankees were doing, winning games last month that weren't against their division rivals, or that wasn't against the Tigers or against the Astros, they're gonna have to put up these same type of performances. Forget the long ball, right? I'm not saying don't hit the long ball. They gotta get the long. Obviously, if there's an opportunity to hit home runs, you got to hit those home runs. But you got to execute with runners at third base, right? If there's a runner at third and nobody's out and you don't score, that's a failure. That's a recipe for disaster. With the bases loaded, you don't have to think. This team doesn't have to necessarily think long ball. All right, just sack flies, singles, doubles, triples, right? Get hits, put the ball in play. You never know what's going to happen. This team is capable of doing it, right? This team is capable of doing it. We know what this team, can do, right? We have seen this team, maybe not in a lot of games, but we have seen this team score a lot of runs, not necessarily relying on the long ball, right? There is hope, right? There is hope. I don't think this team is toast, but overall, I will say that these first 12 games that they play, realistically speaking, I see this team going 6-6 or 7-5. Right? I could potentially see that. Can I see a losing record? Definitely. I absolutely could see. I could see them having a losing record for sure. Maybe a 4-8, 5-7. Yeah, I could definitely see those records too. But if the Yankees have that fire in them, I could see them going 7-5 or 6-6. If they go better than 7-5, you know what? Sign me up. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain one bit. All right. I see Scotto's in the building. What is up? Brad's in the building. What is up? Brad says the next 12 games must be an 8-4 record if they wanted to win the division. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And they absolutely need to play more of that small ball. Focus more on the fundamentals. Right. And as far as who plays, you got to play the guys that are hot. Right. The guys that are playing bad, that are not contributing. All right. And if they're contributing to the losses, if they're contributing, if they're not contributing to the team, they need to be benched. Play the guy who's that's going to play better, that's going to contribute to the team. Because we need the guys that are going to play, they need to contribute. And if they're not going to contribute, they need to ride the bench. Simple as that. All right. You got to put the best guys out there. Now I get you don't want to sit guys for a long time. You don't want them to get rusty, but it's September. This is crunch time. This is crunch time. The time is now. All right. The time is now. And Richard Chin is telling us the schedule for Toronto. He's saying 2 at Cincinnati, which, they lost today. 3 in New York, 3 versus Houston, 3 versus Baltimore, 4 at Tampa Bay, 3 at Kansas City, 3 versus Boston, and 3 versus Tampa Bay. Are you asking, will Toronto end it first? I mean, they have a couple of tough series there. And, I'm not going to sleep on – I never sleep – they should never sleep on the AL East teams. The AL East teams are always going to be very competitive. They're always going to be, play very competitive baseball with each other. But looking at this series, I mean, Houston's going to be tough. Boston's going to be tough. Hopefully the Yankees are going to give them a tough time. Hopefully the Yankees win the series. That's what I would hope for. But it's a tough schedule, no doubt. I mean, the Yankees have the 4th easiest schedule left, and that's on paper, but they have to show it on the field. They still got to go out there and perform. All right. And Theo says it's frustrating me when runners are in scoring position and the next guy's swinging for the fences. Yeah, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling, especially with nobody out. What's up, Railbird? How's it going there, dude? Lou says do or die. It is do or die, man. 100% it's do or die. Appreciate you there, Railbird. Cecilia says, okay, I'm all in for 8-4 Yankees. I'm all in for that too. Sign me up for 8-4. And Stephen B says 20 likes, smack the likes and emojis. Yeah, that's right. I don't know, Petruzzi. I never said they were going 8-15. Don't start putting words in my mouth there, buddy. But yeah, I think this team really, again, the first 12 games, I see it ending 6-6 or 7-5. That's how I see it ending. And the rest of the season, the rest of the schedule, realistically, I think they could beat the Twins 2 out of 3. Right, the Orioles, that's a 4-game stretch. I mean, I'll say 3 out of 4 against the Orioles. The White Sox, they should be able to sweep. And then they'll play the Orioles again. I could see them winning 2 out of 3 against the Orioles, honestly. I think after that Red Sox series, right, I think these are series that they should be able to win, if not sweep, right? When it comes to the Astros, Blue Jays, Tigers, they're not sweeping any of these teams. I'll say that right now. My man Jake Boss is in the building. What is up, man? What's up, Jake? I hate when the Yankees swing at the first pitch and pop up. Oh, dude, it's absolutely frustrating. Yeah, thank goodness, Pixelmon. Volpe does not have errors. It's a good day. But I don't think the Yankees are going to sweep any of these teams that they're playing in the first 2 weeks. They're not sweeping the Astros or win. They're not going to sweep the Astros, Blue Jays, Tigers, Red Sox. I mean, against the Astros, I do believe they can win 2 out of 3. Blue Jays, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I wouldn't be surprised if they won 1 out of 3 against these guys. The Tigers, I feel like they could win 2 out of 3. It's gonna be tough, but I feel like 2 out of 3 is possible. And I wouldn't be surprised if they won 1 out of 3 against the Red Sox. I wouldn't be. But just based on the results, right? I know they lost the series to the Tigers earlier, but I feel like this team is built a little bit different now. That's what I think. I think this team is. I think this team has it. They do have it. They just need to show it on the field. Kids soccer practice soon. Nice, Jake. Hopefully you have a fun time. What's up, Michael? How's it going? How are you? Now, as far as other Yankees news goes, so the rosters have expanded today. The Yankees have added 2 players. And one of them was catcher J.C. Escada, and the other one was Ryan Yarbrough. So we know Ryan Yarbrough was gonna be back, right? And J.C. Escada has been added. Both of those guys have been added to the roster. Now, according to Gary Phillips, if all goes according to plan, Austin Slater will replace J.C. Escada. And Greg Joyce also put this out there saying that Austin Slater is expected to need at least one more rehab game before coming off the IL. So Slater's going to have one more rehab game, and if everything goes according to plan, he's going to be activated to the roster, and then they'll send J.C. Escada back down to the minors. So no Spencer Jones, right? No Spencer Jones, but I think a lot of us knew that already. I mean, Spencer Jones is not on the 40-man roster, so you can imagine, you can imagine he'll get his chance at spring training, and he'll probably I'm sure the game plan is for him to be on the Yankees active roster come next season, right? But it all depends on what the Yankees are going to do in the offseason, right? Because there's going to be a lot of question marks in terms of like what the Yankees are going to do with the free agent players, right? Trent Grisham is going to be a free agent. He's made himself, he has made a case for himself this season. He's been having a phenomenal season. And does Cody Bellinger opt out of his contract? And if so, what would the Yankees offer him? What is it going to take to bring him back? Right. And, Bellinger, I know is a guy that wants to play for the Yankees. I mean, you could tell this season he's having a great year with the Yankees. He's been wanting to play with them for a while, and he finally got his wish. I'm sure him and the Yankees are going to figure it out. I don't think Hal Steinbrenner is going to lowball him at all. I do think that Hal Steinbrenner will make him a reasonable offer. He's not going to cost you as much as a Kyle Tucker or a or Juan Soto for that matter, right? He's not. I don't think Bellinger is going to cost that much. Also got to keep in mind, he just turned 30, so he's I'm not saying he's old, but he's 30 years old, so he's going to be right in his prime. I think Hal will give him he'll give him a reasonable offer. What kind of offer is that going to look like? I don't know. If he opts out, right? If he doesn't opt out, he's going to get paid, I believe, $25 million for 2026. Then he would be a free agent. Yeah, I kind of played around with that number 2 there, Lou. 7 years, 210. That would put him at $30 million. I could potentially see that. What's up, Aiden? How's it going? Yeah, but the thing is though, Steven, like, where is he going to play? Like, that's the question. Where do you play him? Because do you play him and not play Dominguez? Do you play him and not play Grisham? Do you play him and not play Bellinger? Do you play him and not play Giancarlo Stanton or Aaron Judge? I mean, where do you play him? The thing is, it only makes sense that they didn't bring him up so that way he can continue getting playing time down there in the minors instead of riding the bench. So if they brought him up, like, where do you play him? How do you play him? And especially with the Yankees right now, trying to compete right now. I know Jones has been killing it down there in AAA, but they got to roll with the guys that they got right now and go out there and end the season on a strong note. Pig Solman says, should Bellinger get a raise? Like, yes, he's a good player, but he already makes $27 million. That's just more than enough for a player like him. Only way I want to keep him same AAV, just add years. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But if he does opt out, he's gonna look to get paid. He's definitely gonna look to get paid. I don't know how much. I don't know again what the Yankees would offer him. But he's not going to cost as much as a Kyle Tucker or Juan Soto. That's for sure. And he's a good player. He makes $27 million. Would you say $30 million is unreasonable? $30 million a year for Bellinger is unreasonable? Because here's why I ask. He plays good. His defense is phenomenal. He plays great defense. He could play anywhere in the outfield. You could put him at first base. He's got a lot of versatility. So his defense in the outfield was a major upgrade, no doubt. He still adds value and he adds a lot of value with the bat. He's able to get on base. He's able to hit home runs. Sure, he's not like, I wouldn't call him like a power bat, but he gets hits. He gets a lot of hits, and he's having a fantastic season, right? He's having a great season. I think if he opts out, I think the Yankees will give him a contract. I just don't know what kind of money. I just don't know what that money is going to look like. I believe Belly and the Yankees will work out a contract. I do too. Pixelmon says bring him up next year. Starts in center field, Judge in right, Dominguez in left field, Bellinger at first base, Rice is the full-time catcher. It's kind of what I have in my brain, honestly. I mean, if the Yankees are keeping Dominguez, which some fans think that Dominguez could be traded in the offseason. I don't know. I don't know if that'll happen, but especially with Jones coming up. Yeah, and first base is going to be a question mark. Right? Rice should absolutely be full-time catcher. I think he should be catching more often than Austin Wells. That's what I think. All right. Stephen B says, I think you bring him up, use him as a pinch hitter off the bench and defense replacement. He is a very good defender. Yeah, I get that, but I'd rather this dude play though, man. I want him to get playing time. But he's getting play. The thing is, I'd rather see him play the field, man. And what the Yankees have as of right now, currently, he's not going to get that chance. I get where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from, Stephen B. But I'd rather see this dude on the field, in the field every day. Do I think Ben Rice be the everyday first baseman next year? He's a better catcher. I don't know that the Yankees are going to move Wells in the offseason. I really don't. I don't think they will, but Yankees have done things that we never expect them to do. But I don't want Ben Rice at first base. I want him as a full-time catcher. I want him catching full-time. That's what I want for Ben Rice. I'd rather him at the dish than play first base. What the Yankees do at first base, if Bellinger's back, do they plug him there? Do they bring up TJ Rumfield, or do they look for a first baseman during the offseason? First base is a question mark. It really is. It's a question mark. Pixelmon says that's kind of pushing it at this point. He's had some very bad seasons. What if they give him $30 million? He becomes the Bellinger of the Dodgers. It's a risk. It is a risk, but every contract that you give out, every player that you trade for, there's always a risk involved. I mean, $30 million, yeah, it's a lot of money for him. I think he's getting 20. If you give him 27, 28, maybe that's a little bit more reasonable. Again, this is under the assumption that he does opt out of his player option. They don't get Bellinger. I did think they need to go after Tucker and then trade Dominguez for a solid first baseman or a third baseman. To be honest with you, I don't know that the Yankees are going to go after Tucker. They'll do their due diligence checking on him, but I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna go after Tucker. I really don't. I don't. So, I mean that's my take on it. That's my take on it. I mean, there's no doubt that they could afford to get Tucker. But I don't think they're going to go after Tucker. I really don't. They'll check in. They'll do their due diligence and check in. Right? Right, Joseph? Best thing sometimes is learn when riding the bench, get soak up from the greats like Bellinger, Judge, and Stanton, help him hit with hitting more. Again, yeah, Stephen B., I get it, but are you going to have him sit there all month or for the majority of the month and not have him play? I mean, we don't want that. I don't want that for him. I get coming up and being brought up to the major league level for him to soak up the game, soak up the knowledge, and interact with guys like Bellinger, Judge, and Stanton. I mean, I get all that, but I want this guy playing, man. I want this guy playing. Then he's just going to ride the bench for the most part, and for most of those, for the majority of the games, and he's only going to come in as a pinch hitter, as a pinch runner. I don't really want that, personally. Yeah, Lou, I mean, that's the thing. I don't know that they go after Tucker because, again, with Spencer Jones coming up, right, they have Dominguez, right? And we don't know what's going to happen with Dominguez, right? Like there's been chatter from people. And I agree. I think Bellinger is more likely than Tucker. 100% he's more than likely than Tucker. No doubt about it. Stephen B is saying, I don't think Tucker's on the table. He's not having a great season and not worth the money. Well, he's going through a bad stretch. They're absolutely. But good player. So I still say he's a good player. But again, I don't think the Yankees need to invest that money elsewhere. Railbird says 7-5 looks good to me. I'll take 7-5, man. And Brad says the worst thing for Jones now is bring him up and not play him. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, like it's cool to be brought up and ride the bench and sit on the bench and watch, soak it all in and learn from the guys, learn from your teammates, man. But I want him out there playing. If you're going to bring somebody up, and I want him out there playing every day. That's what I want. Okay. I don't want him. I don't want him riding the bench the whole freaking time. If he's gonna be brought up on the roster or to the on the major league roster, I want this dude playing every day. I want him getting a lot of playing time. Yeah, Bellinger getting 25, 30 AAV is possible. Not a possible. That's a probability, assuming he opts out for sure. Yeah, Bellinger for sure. I mean, if he opts out and the Yankees can't work out a deal with him, then I could see them bringing back Grisham. I think they're going to give Grisham a qualifying offer, and I think Grisham will turn it down and he'll look for a deal. If I had to predict, I don't think Trent Grisham is back with the Yankees. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Trent Grisham's coming back. But once again, I have been wrong before. Grisham, he'll be 29 this season, right? And when the 2026 season starts, he'll be 29. So because he's turning 29 in exactly 2 months. 2 months from today, he's 29. So he'll get himself a contract. I just don't know where. But I think the Yankees will give him I think they'll give him a QO. I think they'll give him a qualifying offer. And Brad is adding here, Jones's clock starting now is a waste. Better to wait until next year. Otherwise, he has 30 days of MLB service. Right. That's the other thing. Thanks, Brad. Goldie should leave too. Yeah, I don't think the Yankees are going to sign Goldschmidt back. I think Goldschmidt's gone. Whether he signs with another team or he will retire. I mean, he's 37. I loved having Paul Goldschmidt here for the season. I mean, he's been a solid glove at first base. I mean, his bat hasn't been too bad, but there was a reason why the Yankees only signed him to a 1-year deal. So yeah, I don't envision the Yankees bringing him back. I don't. Yeah, I don't see the Yankees bringing him back. But I feel like Bellinger he'll be back. I think him and the Yankees will, if Bellinger opts out, he'll definitely be back. I think Grisham will play for another team. I think Goldschmidt will be gone too. Then, you got some of the pitchers that are going to be free agents too, right? Luke Weaver, Devin Williams, right? So I could see them working a deal out with Luke Weaver. Devin Williams, not so much. I think Devin Williams will play elsewhere. I think he'll be with another team. So, but we'll worry about that stuff in the offseason. Right now, we got the month of September to worry about when it comes to baseball, when it comes to the Yankees. Because right now, currently, the Yankees are 76-61. And 137 games have been played, which means there's 25 games left this season, right? So 25 games. We should have traded Devin Williams at the deadline. Nah, because then it would have left the pitching a little bit short, man. I know they got all those pitchers, but Devin Williams, the thing with Devin Williams is this. You don't put him in a one when the Yankees are up by 1 run or in a closing situation. That is the thing with Devin Williams. When it comes to him pitching, you put him in if the Yankees are trailing by a run, you put him in the 6th inning, 7th inning, then sure. That's the thing with Devin Williams. But Devin Williams, I think, is a good closer, but he could be a good closer for another team. That's kind of the same way that I viewed Clay Holmes last year, right? Clay Holmes blew so many games. He blew so many games, but then when they took him out of the closer role, he was a lot more comfortable. He looked more comfortable out there, and you saw better results. So that's how I see Devin Williams. I think Devin Williams would be a good closer, but I think he'd be a good closer elsewhere. That's how I see Devin Williams. $5 million for some crappy team. Who's that, Pixelmon? I think Bellinger be first baseman and Jones be center. Dominguez doesn't have baseball IQ to be center field at the show. Well, the Yankees don't like him at center field. That's for sure. Dave is saying they'll be going after pitching on a third baseman or first baseman. Well, they have Ryan McMahon, so I think third base is on lock right now. So they have Ryan McMahon. Ryan McMahon is, I think he's under a couple of more years of team control. But first base is probably going to be something that they're going to look at. Who are those names out there? I know there's going to be a few names. Are those names going to be interest for the Yankees? But they also have TJ Rumfield in the minors too. They could bring him up. Tucker's not having a bad season though. 270, OBP super high. Homers are down. Yeah, I'm not saying he's having a bad season. He had a bad stretch of games. Sure, there was that 1 week where he got benched because he was struggling big time. But I don't think he's having a bad season. I think he's having a good season. And Felix is saying it's still going to command $400+ million. You think we should be in on him at the price? Me personally, no, I don't. All the Yankees should do in the offseason is go after hitters that hit 280+, Yanni Diaz, Belly, and a good third baseman. They have pitching. It's always their offense. Well, offense could be a letdown. Pitching could be a letdown too, man. We've seen games this season where the pitching was an absolute letdown. Oh, Goldie? Yeah. For sure. But sometimes the pitching let us down. Sometimes the bullpen let us down. But again, Ryan McMahon he's not a bum with the glove. Maybe his plate appearances are not the greatest. I know the guy does strike out a lot. He doesn't really get a lot of, he does struggle at the plate, but his glove has been an upgrade at third base. He's been making great plays at third base. And that's what the Yankees needed. Because defensively, they needed a better third baseman, and Ryan McMahon is it. All the Yankees should do in the offseason is go after – yeah, I already said that. Been better getting something instead of letting him walk for nothing and bad. Well, did you envision, Stephen B., that Devin Williams would have this type of season? Because at the time, the trade was great. You added a closer. You had Luke Weaver that was going to be the setup man for him. I mean, it was perfect. It was picture perfect. On paper, it was good. And they traded Durbin and Nestor Cortes. Don't forget Nestor Cortes either. At the time, it was a good trade. None of it. I mean, I can't speak for you, but I can't speak for everybody else. I didn't think Devin Williams was going to have this kind of season. I really didn't. I don't think any of us did, but it happens. And I mean, luckily it was he's only here for the season. Like I said, McMahon they got him at third base. That's his position until he's a free agent. And then when he becomes a free agent, I think he'll play for another team. What team that is, I don't know, because the Yankees they got a couple of guys in the minors that are coming up. Should they consider those guys, right? You never know. I know George Lombard Jr. is coming up. You got Arias. I mean, Yankees have some guys in their farm system, unless they decide to go sign somebody else. Yeah, but who are you going to get for Devin Williams though? I mean, that's the thing, and the pitching was already in shambles anyway. It would have put our bullpen in a tighter spot. This is what I'm saying. Like, none of us thought that Devin Williams was going to have this kind of season. Shout out to my man Rodney. What up, dude? Yeah, I didn't think at the time it wasn't a bad trade. It wasn't a bad trade. None of us thought that this guy was going to have the kind of season that he did. Yeah, see, though, Jake, I'm not going to play into this narrative, respectfully, right? But, are you saying I didn't think Williams was going to be this bad? Right. None of us did. But I didn't think he was going to be great, especially after the Alonso homer and the pressure of playing in New York. Well, the pressure in New York, I mean, that is real. Some players can handle it, some can't. But the Alonso homer, you know what, man? Sometimes good pitchers, good closers, they have an off night, they have an off game, and they give up a major homer, they give up a major hit, and they end up blowing the save. These things happen. I don't know that Alonso homer really messed with him that bad. I'm not buying into that narrative. I'm sorry, but I can't buy into that. Williams, I don't think we'll get a QO. Well, I don't think either one of those getting a QO, honestly. Nope. Just can't believe that Williams keeps on blowing leads that late into the season. Talk about it. Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying, don't put this guy into games where the Yankees are winning by 1 run. I'm sorry, but put him in games where the Yankees are like losing by a run or 2 runs. Low pressure. Ronnie's comment. That was funny. Williams was a good trade. No one foresaw this train wreck. Exactly. Yes. Doesn't help that Boone keeps throwing out there in high leverage situations either. He's being outmanaged. Well, once again, that's why I don't think they should put him in high leverage situations. Put him in low pressure situations, low leverage situations. That's where they need to put him. I don't want him, I don't want him in high leverage situations. Although I know it's only 1 game, and I'm not going to go. I'm not going to say they should do it more often. But that extra innings game against the Rays, we thought, everybody hang on to your seats, but he was able to close it out in that extra inning game against the Rays. It's only 1 game. I'm not saying they should do it often, but it was, it was like, okay, well, this guy has it. It's just, I'm not willing to try it again personally. I think they'll keep Weaver. I think they'll do everything they can to keep Weaver as long as, both sides can come to an agreement. I think they'll keep Weaver. I think Weaver is going to be really important for the Yankees. They absolutely need to sign him back. But they need to sign him back. I definitely want Weaver back. Next season and beyond. Him being on the bench, though, does tempt you to play him, given him his pedigree. That's the problem. Who's this you're talking about, Felix? I know if people maybe get but who would be that reliever though, man? They're not gonna give you you're not gonna get a high end reliever for him. Oh, Williams does tempt you to play him. Yeah, but like I said, I would only put him in low leverage situations. So that's the way I see it. All right. Real quick. So, dang, I didn't even realize I've been live for almost an hour. Time flies, man. Time flies. But let's get this duck race underway, man. Like I said, I'm going to give away 2 gift cards to Fanatics. So there'll be 2 winners. All right. There'll be $20 gift cards. All right. So if anybody wants to participate, either type the word quack or put a duck emoji, and I'll add your name, and we'll get the duck races going. So for anybody that wants to participate, we'll go ahead and do the duck races right now. And after we do the duck races, I'll put the link out to the open panel. And for anybody that wants to come up and talk, by all means, let's make it happen. But, yeah, you don't have to participate, Ronnie. You could say it's rigged all day. Go for it. But either put the word quack or put the duck emoji. So, and I'll add your name. Boom. I'll start adding the names, so. Ronnie's in. Okay, Ronnie, Joseph, Jacob, Petruzzi. The duck races, it's nothing serious, Cecilia. It's all animation. You'll see it on the screen. Just get in on the fun. You'll be fine. I've done these before. So let's see what we got. Lou, I'll add Victor. Okay, Victor wants in. Who else we got? We got Rodney wants in. Jacob Petruzzi. Who else we got? Who else wants to participate? I'm not sure why any of the ladies aren't playing. I don't know. Maybe you should be. That's what makes it even better. You'll be the only lady playing. And you get to beat out these men, especially the ones that think it's rigged. And say it's rigged one more time, I'll disqualify you. Don't tempt me. I'll do it too. Oh, man. You're not betting money. Don't worry. You're not going to lose any money. You're just going to lose a race. All right, Cecilia's in. All right. I'm going to laugh if Cecilia just whoops you dudes. And if you lose, you get to participate a second time, and then the winner, I take him out of the race. An Italian is always up for a duck race, right, Victor? Anybody else want to participate? Yeah, I definitely guarantee that she wins. Absolutely, she wins. And if she does, I'm going to laugh at all of you. Oh, man. People take this whole duck race thing so serious. Never knew so many people get so butthurt. Anybody else want in? Either put a duck emoji or just type the word quack. Okay, Stephen B wants to be in. I'll add your name to the list too. Anyone else? I know Katie was in here too. Yeah, because I rig it. Grumpy pants. Yeah, Brad's being grumpy pants too. Go figure. Grumpy. I don't even know if Katie's in the chat. I was going to say, does Katie want in on it or what? Duck Suit, Marx Brothers movie. It's in all top 20. Huh. I'll give it another minute if anybody else wants to participate in duck races, and then I'll pull up the duck race on the screen, and you're going to see a bunch of crazy ducks just going after it, just racing. That is actually Stephen B. Yes. Yeah, I know Katie was in here. I don't know if she left, but yeah, I don't know if any of them were. I don't know if she's in, but if not, I'll get a start. So it looks like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 people. I'll have to add more. I would love to add more to the rigged race, as some people like to put it, predetermined. Yeah. Load them up, will you? And quit talking about them. Oh, poor Brad. He's getting mad. I can see like little man syndrome. Oh God! All right, let's get this underway. We'll get all 6 of you to compete. So let's say done. Let's say I just want to make sure we're doing this correct. All right. You're running out of life? Oh, good. Maybe it'll make you appreciate life, huh? What do you think, Rodney? All right. There's the duck race. Some of you thought I was playing. Some of you were wondering what is this dude talking about? But that's the duck race right there. I'll even zoom in a little bit too. So that's the duck race. It'll be 1 minute. All right. It'll be 1 minute. And nice looking ducks. There's one of you guys a couple of you that are ugly for sure. Matt says, look, it's old man Rodney. Oh, man. Yeah, Cecilia looked like, she's going to go underwater for sure after she's done. Oh, nah. It just does it on its own. So, not my thing, I promise. You didn't say quack or put a duck emoji. I didn't know you want in. You want in, Brad? Say something, dude. I told you got to listen to directions. All right, Matt. Enjoy your grilling. He did? I didn't see it. I swear to God, I didn't see it. See all that talking you all do. I didn't see it. You're playing around. See, Dev is following. Dev knows. Brad says I'm loading it if he can't always respond. Oh, but you respond to certain comments. I feel like you're You pick and choose. All right, hold up. Let me get somebody. Let me do this real quick. Hold on, because I don't want people whining later. Either type the word quack or put a duck emoji there, Scotto. Shut up, Ronnie. Hold up. Let me do this real quick. So Joseph wants in. I'll put Brad's name in there too. I don't want him whining later. Joseph, Brad, Dev Finch. All right, Scotto. Playing real life Tetris at the moment? That sounds like fun. Nah, it's a prize, Matt. If I'm giving out 2 winners. It's going to be a $20 gift card. Each of them is going to be a $20 gift card to Fanatics. So if you want in, Matt, just type the word quack or put a duck emoji. Yeah, it's a free entry, bro. It's a free entry. It's a free entry. It's $20. Yo, Ronnie, one more. You're out, dude. I'm not playing. Shut your mouth. Yeah, we're gonna have 2 people DQ'd. Don't tempt me. Here's the deal. If I win, I want to. Well, like I said, if you want in, bro, this is your last chance, girl. So I'm gonna start this race. Here's the deal. If I win, I want to give your prize to someone else. Okay, that's cool. All right. You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna add your name, bro. You want to give your prize to somebody else? That's cool. So we might see 3. Yeah, I definitely scammed their vouchers. He'll be fine. Your duck will be fine. Yeah, Ronnie, keep talking. I'll make it an hour. Make sure bedtime comes for you. All right. Let's get this freaking thing started. Now I'm not playing. All right, let me take myself off the screen. And yeah, let's get this. Yeah, they're definitely pirated. Keep playing. All right, let's start. And here we go. Let's see which one of you ducks are going to win. Petruzzi's not playing. He's trying to take the lead here. He's just like, forget you ducks. This is all mine. I want that gift card. There's always going to be somebody from behind. Which one of you ducks is going to make it happen? Come on. Petruzzi's not going to be the winner, right? I mean, y'all ain't going to give up. But, oh, snap. You got Brad looking all purpley trying to take the lead. There's a few folks right now trying to sneak up from behind. You got Brad. You got Scotto. Oh, snap. Petruzzi's falling behind. Brad's in the lead right now. Oh, snap. Brad's in the lead. And now you got Scotto. Scotto's coming. Matt's coming. Oh, snap. Matt's about to take the lead here. Matt's going to take the lead. No. Scotto is about to lose the lead. He's still leading. Yep, he's still leading. But, oh, snap. Somebody coming through. Joseph Salvatore is, oh, snap. He came from behind. He won. It's your winner. Oh, man. Well, congratulations to Joseph. Yeah, Petruzzi, you definitely pulled a hammy on that one. So Joseph Salvatore is the winner. There you go, Joseph. Congratulations, dude. You won a $20 gift card to Fanatics. Shut up, Ronnie. I'm definitely gonna. I should take your name out, but Joseph, Do me a favor. Email me. The Strike Zone, the number 2 at gmail.com. Email me, and I will email you that gift card. It will be an e-gift card, bro. Email me, and I'll get that over. So congratulations to Joseph. You did it, dude. Petruzzi acting like Wells on base pads. Bro, man, Petruzzi, you had it. You had it, but you blew it, bro. You blew it. All right, let's take Joe. I'm going to take Joseph out of the list here since he won. So we'll say done. And then we'll begin the second race. Spam NFE's email with internet. Yeah, let's not do that. You will get blocked. But yeah, Joseph, make sure you email me, dude. Okay, I'll get that gift card over. All right, let's get the second race underway. So Joseph, your name is out. Let me just make sure that. So don't want there to be you winning twice. No disrespect, but you got the first. And all right. Everybody ready for the second one? Second race coming up. Let's see if Petruzzi pulls a hammy. Let's see what we got here. So, and 3, 2, 1, go. Damn, Matt. Looking like a presidential candidate. He's taking the lead right now. He's just like one of these ducks. Scotto's right there, man. Scotto was taking the lead at one point in the first race, but he's now trailing. He's right behind Matt. Matt's like taking the lead, bro. Taking the lead, but Scotto's like right behind him. Scotto's trying to catch up. Lou right there, down there in the bottom. He's trying to be sneaky. He's trying to be sneaky down there, but he's kind of falling a little bit behind. Oh, snap, Scotto. Scotto's coming through. But Dev Finch is about to win. Dev Finch looking like he's about to win. He's about to take the lead. We've got a few other folks falling behind. Oh, snap. Who's going to take the lead here? Oh, Victor's taking the lead right now. Is it Victor? Is it going to be Victor? We got 10 seconds. Brad is right there. There's always somebody that makes a comeback. Matt is making a push. Matt is making a push. Oh, snap. It is Matt. Matt wins. Matt wins. Congratulations to Matt. Now, Matt, I know you said, you're welcome, Joseph. I know you said you want to give it to somebody else. So, how should we do this? Do you pick the winner? Do you pick somebody? I think I'll let you pick someone. Matt won. And it was funny because Matt said he would give his prize to somebody else. You just emailed me? Scotto, ayo. Yeah, I might end up doing that. Did you email me? Oh, you did email me. Okay. I do see the email here. Sweet, bro. Yeah, I'll definitely get that sent over to you. Yeah, so since Matt said he'll give it to somebody else, we'll just do a third one. So hold up. So y'all are lucky, man. Matt was very generous. So he said he'll give it to somebody else. He wants somebody else. So yeah, that's what when Scotto said that, that's why I said, "Hey yo." Lore, you got a chance. Either type the word quack or put a duck emoji, and I'll get you in, dude. So let me set this up here. Hold on. Let's look at the names, edit the list. Oh yeah, Matt. So Matt's gone. So he said he'd rather have it for somebody else. But yeah, after we're done with the show, all right, Lore. I got you, Lore. Yeah, what a race, he says. Let me add lore. Boom. Done. All right. We'll get you in. Let's set it. All right. We got the duckies already. Let me make this full screen. Victor, hello, my choke artist. Oh man. All right. Well, let's see how these ducks play out now. Oh, let's see how these guys play out. Let's see who's going to win this one. So, Matt's name is not in there. We're good. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, snap. I put Lore in there, and Lore is already wanting – he wants it, bro. He's just like, oh, yeah, I'm a fresh duck. You all are tired right now. But Lou is right behind him. Lou is trying to catch up. Jacob Petruzzi's just chilling. He's just roaming, man. He's just taking his time. He just wants to enjoy his swim. And look at Victor with the crown. Victor looking good with the crown. He's got the lipstick, too. I don't know what's going on there, Victor, but okay. And Brad with the pretty little hat. That hat is ugly. Rodney's just doing his own thing. I mean, who knows what Ronnie's up to, but do I want to know? I don't. You got Scotto and Dev Finch. Cecilia's right there. Ooh, Cecilia's falling behind. Oh, snap. Stephen B is coming. He's trying to come through, but look at the purple duck. Who's that purple duck trying to sneak in? Scotto's right there. Oh, snap. Brad's about to win. Brad's about to win. What? Brad wins? Dang. You got it. Brad is a winner. There you go, Brad. Brad is the winner. Cecilia. Oh, poor Cecilia. I was really pulling for you. I really was. But congratulations. Yeah. Ronnie was complaining during the race, so that's why he fell behind. He just gave up. Poor guy. But congratulations, Brad. Brad says give it to Rodney. Yeah? For real? If you're saying give it to Rodney, I will. If you're being serious. If you're being serious, I'll give it to Rodney. No problem. Nah, Peanut. We already got 2 winners, man. I'm sorry. Victor. Victor or Drag Duck? Oh, man. That's brutal. I'll try anything to win. But, yeah, Brad, if you're saying give it to Rodney, I will. Work in Australia, so send it to Rodney. Okay, Brad said totally serious. All right, Rodney. Yeah, you and me both, Cecilia. I eat too much pizza. Yeah, I know Custodio does trivia. But, yo, Rodney. So Brad said he'll give the prize to you, bro. He said he'll give the prize to you, so email me, Rodney. But sweet. But very generous of you there, Brad. What's up there, Beagle? But cool, we got our 2 winners. We got Joseph Salvatore and Brad won, but Brad is gifting his prize to Rodney. So there you go, bro. So congratulations. Congratulations. Right, Brad? All right. I'm just sending a quick text here. But congratulations to the 2 winners. So Joseph Salvatore, and then Brad won his duck race, but then he's gifting it to Rodney. So congratulations. That was pretty fun. Well, there'll be more giveaways in the future. But I want to put out the link to the open panel. So for anybody that wants to come up and chat it up, I'm going to stay on for maybe another 30 minutes or so. Yeah, he just kind of disappeared. So yeah, I put out the link to the open panel. So for anybody who wants to come up, feel free to come up. I'll stay on a little bit longer. And we'll just kind of chat it up. Cecilia says that was fun, NFE. Yeah, it was fun. I enjoy the duck races. It was a channel, Uptown Sports. They've done it. I learned it from them. It was a website, and I was like, "Yo, I want to do this too." So I got the idea from them. But yeah, if anybody wants to come up on the open panel, feel free. I'll get you, jump up and we could talk for a little bit. If not, then I'll probably call it. Yeah, Cecilia, we got to get you. I was hoping you would have won. I really did. We got to get you a Turkish coffee set, though, because I know you love Turkish coffee there, Cecilia. But yeah, because I want to get everybody, whoever jumps up on the open panel. We'll talk a little bit about the Yankees' upcoming schedule. Oh, you missed it? It's right here. I got you. There's the link. Sorry. There's the link. So for anybody that wants to jump on, feel free. But yeah, the link is right there. It's open to you. Okay, Beagle Dad is saying if I come on, get you an introduction to Porthos. Hey, dude, you could show off dogs. That's cool. Taking care of animals. Okay. Yeah. He has 2 Jack Russells. I haven't recently. They're Petruzzi. You'd have to ask Stephen B. I know he stays in touch quite a bit with CT cards. But yeah, we let's see what happens the rest of the season, man. It's good that the Yankees have a day off today. And it looks like I got one person in the back. I'll bring him up right now, and it looks like John the Beagle Dad. He just waved. You ready to come up, man? Just give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come up. Sweet. Let me get you up here. Hold on. Let's fix that. How you doing there, dude?
Good. How about you guys doing? Come here.
I can't complain. You got this. I know you've been talking about your beagle there, so
he's driving me crazy.
I bet he is.
What do you expect for a 4-month-old?
Look at the puppy. What's up, dude? Is he a Yankees fan too?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He was born in Florida. What happened? I thought this was supposed to be easy last part of the season.
I didn't think it was going to be easy. No way.
On paper.
On paper, sure. But games actually have to get played, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let me get your thoughts, man. I know I know it's been June and July was a rough one for the Yankees, but then August was better comparatively. How are you seeing September play out?
It's a tough one. It's all of our arch enemies we're playing.
A lot of what?
All of our arch enemies that we're playing.
Yeah. Well, how do you like in those 12 games? Like, what are you expecting the Yankees to do? What do you expect them? Do you expect them to have success, or you think they won't be successful?
I think they will win the series, but not sweep.
For each of those games, for each of those series?
At least 2 of the series.
So over those 12 games, like what do you think the record is going to be?
Who are the teams again?
So the first 2 weeks are going to be a rough one, right? So they're gonna play the Astros starting tomorrow in a 3-game set, then the Blue Jays, then the Tigers, then the Red Sox.
Wow, I think we'll do fine against the Tigers. Houston.
I'm
having a difficult time believing that they're going to take that one because we haven't done well against them this year.
Right.
I don't think we have. So it's a toss-up for that one.
Okay. What about Boston? What about
Boston? It depends on the bats. It all depends if the bats are alive, we'll be okay. Because I think we fixed a lot of the problems with the defense. Just of course, everybody loves to hate on Volpe, but he's not the only person making errors.
True. Okay, so in those 12 games, those first 12 games with all those teams that I just mentioned, what do you think the Yankees' record will be?
They're gonna win a fair portion of them. I would say 7 out of 12. I'm keeping it middle of the road.
7-5 is what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's reasonable.
I'm managing my expectations, as everybody says.
Right. Yeah. I'm always gonna say manage your expectations, just because a lot of fans don't do that, and you got to be realistic. So that's what I was thinking: 7-5, 6-6 for the first 12 games. That's what I had in my mind as well, and I'm sure the Beagle agrees with you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he has no choice but to agree with me.
Yeah.
I have its treats in my pocket.
Cool, man. So as far as overall, how many games the Yankees are going to end up with wins, how many games do you think they're going to win
for the year?
Yeah,
what are they at now?
They are currently. Let me check their record here. I think they're like 76-61.
I'm gonna go 85.
You think they're going to win just 9 more games?
Well, I'm trying to be a little ambitious on that front.
I understand. So, yeah, I think let me just double check that record, but I think it's 76-61. Yeah, I stand corrected. So
I wasn't sure the total amount of games we have left.
So 76 plus 61. Yeah, they have 25 games left.
Okay.
So they've played 137 games so far.
They're going to win more than half of that. They're not going to not make the playoffs. That's what I'm thinking.
So you think they won't make it to the playoffs?
No, they are going to make the playoffs.
Oh,
they're not going to not. They're not going to miss the playoffs.
They're not going to miss the playoffs. So you think they'll get in as a wild card team?
Yeah. I don't think they're clinched. I don't think they're that good. And I think they're going to get knocked out early, unfortunately.
You think they'll get knocked out early?
Uh-huh. You got sharp teeth.
So you think they'll how far do you think they'll get knocked out in the wild card division? During the wild card stage, or
it depends who the team is that we're going to be playing in the wild card. If their bats are awake or they're coming into the playoffs hot on a streak, then yeah, we could. Oh wow, it's really raining out there. If we're coming in hot and to the playoffs hot, we'll do better than if we're cold and then expect to start up again. It all depends on how they keep that momentum going.
Yeah, what do you think of What do you, in your opinion, what do you think the team needs to truly improve on? Like, what would you like them to do well on?
Hitting at the plate mostly
Uh-huh.
because they did a lot with the fielding. I'm happy so far with the fielding. Just a couple of things there and there. The lineups have to be better. I don't like a lot of the lineups where they're placing Volpe and what's the first guy? The first guy, I forgot the name of it. The leadoff batter. They got to make better choices for that. Who's hot should be hitting in leadoff.
So usually it's been Trent Grisham leading off.
So far, that's pretty good. Let's see how long he can hold it. Sometimes the streaks run cold for a few games, and then it's like they're starting over, finding their way.
Yeah, where do you want Volpe batting?
I want him batting last. He does better in the end of the lineup.
So you're thinking like sixth, seventh?
I'm thinking seventh, eighth.
Seventh, eighth. Okay. So you think he does better?
Yeah, because for some reason he just does better. We've seen it every time that Boone puts him there, and he seems to be okay with, at that spot.
Yeah, and Yankees. Yeah, the Yankees actually called up two guys for the roster. So they called up Ryan Yarbrough and JC Escada.
They'll be very helpful because we need the relief.
For sure. Yeah, Ryan Yarbrough is going to be a big help. So, but the game plan though is that they're going to bring back Austin Slater once he's ready to go.
I don't remember him.
Austin Slater. So he was the guy that the Yankees traded for during the deadline.
Okay.
He played for the White Sox. They brought it. They pretty much traded for him just because he hits lefty pitching very well. But then he got hurt running down the first baseline. He had a hamstring issue and he was out 4 to 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. So if everything goes according to plan, he's going to be. Yeah, he'll be back after one more rehab start. So they'll send JC Escar back down.
Okay. I don't like this down at the end of the year because it seems like we're wasting them.
Wasting who?
Like JC Escar, it took me a while to get used to the whole method of sending up to calling them and then putting them back down. Calling them because I think that wastes a few of their options or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, he still has a lot of options though. I mean, it's not like he's short on options.
I don't know why they don't. I don't know why they don't just make the roster this many people instead of wasting everybody's time before everybody gets hurt. They could start out the year with a few more players.
I got you. Yeah. Do you favor? Let me ask you this: do you favor Ben Rice over Austin Wells at the dish?
Yes, I do. He's a better catcher for sure.
Okay.
And he could do both first base and catcher, so you have the best of both worlds there. But if you find a steady first baseman, then he could play catcher. But he's definitely a better hitter than Wells.
I agree. Yeah, I think Rice should be catching more often than not. In terms of first base, I mean, right now they have Paul Goldschmidt. What do you think the Yankees do in the offseason?
I think it depends on what Goldschmidt wants to do. Does he have an option to stay?
He's only on a 1 year on a 1 year deal.
Bellinger to first.
Okay.
And then Rice behind the dish.
Yeah, Rice behind the dish. Bring up Spencer Jones.
Yes.
Okay, I like that take. He's playing with you, huh?
Yeah, he's a nipper. I'm trying to fix some of that.
Yeah, you're trying. All the attention's on the screen. He's just like, you're not paying attention to me, there, man.
Oh yeah.
The Beagle's like, I don't care about the Yankees. You need to be there.
He's not allowed on third to that board because he pisses everywhere still.
Yeah, no doubt. Have you looked at the Yankees' schedule for the month of September?
No, not in whole.
Not in whole?
Like I don't have the calendar up on a daily basis. I only look at it when you guys look at it.
I understand. All right, I'll pull up the calendar real quick just so you can look at it. Actually, let me zoom in a little bit more. But yeah. But as you can, I don't know if you're able to see that. I'm sorry if it's a little blurry.
I see it.
Okay,
I see
cool.
it. Houston, Blue Jays.
Yep.
Wow. And then Boston.
No, then the Tigers, then Boston.
Yeah, I'm seeing Boston. That's like red flags all over the place. And of course, then the Twins will be a little easier. Orioles might be a little easier than the Twins, but it's definitely a tough road before the series is over. This can make or break them.
Yeah. I think that. Yeah, like I said, the first 2 weeks are going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
The first 2 weeks are going to be absolutely tough for the Yankees, but I'd see them going 6-6 or 7-5. Really, I mean, if I'm being realistic, I think that's where I see them. But the series after that, though, after the Boston series, I think it should be easier. I think they'll win 2 out of 3 against the Twins.
Mm-hmm.
And they have that 4-game set against the Orioles. I really think they could win 3 out of 4 in that series. The White Sox, what was that?
As long as they keep winning the series, it's not about the streaks.
Yeah, winning the series is probably the most important. I would agree. But yeah, where am I at? Sorry, yeah. So, like I said, they should be able to beat the Twins. I think they'll beat the Twins 2 out of 3. Okay. They have a 4-game set in Baltimore. I think they could. I either see them winning 3 out of 4 or splitting. But honestly, 3 out of 4 should be doable.
With the players coming back, yeah.
Yeah, but the Orioles they're always going to play tough. And I think they'll win 2 out of 3 against the White Sox, and then the last 3 games is against the Orioles. I think they win 2 out of 3 against the Orioles.
Right.
So
I agree. I'm not sure. I don't remember how they played against the White Sox.
They just finished the White Sox series. They won 2 out of 3.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, they lost. They lost yesterday's game.
We're playing
what was that?
Round robin. We keep playing them over and over.
Yeah. Orioles, we play them twice this month.
Okay.
And the White Sox, we just got done playing them, and then we're going to play them towards the end of September.
It's going to be interesting.
I agree.
And to see everybody melt.
Right? Let me take this off the screen for a minute. Yeah, folks, again, anybody wants to jump on the open panel, feel free. All right, the open panel's still there. I know a couple of you were talking about jumping on, so let me ask you this question, man. How'd you end up becoming a Yankees fan?
I was born a Yankee fan. My father, for a while, I was a Met fan because of school, and then eventually I ended up becoming a Yankee fan. Remember, I was born in '68, so
yeah,
fun time. So, but yeah, I mean, just the Yankee fans in the family's blood. It's the only way to be for what I can see.
Okay.
Everybody hated us too when we were kids.
Oh, I'm sure, man. They still hate the Yankees, even though they haven't, But
well, my hero growing up was Greg Nettles. And
Nettles,
that's who I emulated playing. All I did was play ball. We didn't have games. We didn't have computers. We'd go out and play. Okay, I went to the schoolyard. The schoolyard was down the corner. We played ball. That's all we did.
For sure, man. Yeah, kind of like what we did as kids.
No computers, no cell phones, just bikes, roller skates.
That's when life was perfect like that, man. All right. It looks like I got a couple people waiting in the back. It looks like I got both Victor and Stephen B waiting in the back. So if you gentlemen are ready,
you want me to fade out?
Not if you want to stay on, you're welcome to stay on, man. It's up to you.
I didn't know if you realized if you had a limit or not.
No, you're good. You're good.
I gotta close my office door because.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, Victor and Stephen B., if you guys are ready to go, just give me a thumbs up. I'll let you gentlemen up.
I got to close the office door. He gets into my cabling, and I have to perform surgery on the table.
Oh, okay.
I've been there, done that. I didn't do it again.
You're good. Victor, if you're ready to come up, yeah, he says he's ready to go. Here, let me bring both of you gentlemen up. So we got Victor, and then we got Stephen B. What's up, gentlemen? How's it going?
Hey, NFB. Hey, Victor. Hey, Beagle.
Hey.
So let me throw the question over to Victor real quick first. So
How you doing, gentlemen?
good, man. How are you?
Beagle, how are you? Steve.
All right, how are you?
So let me ask you something here, Victor. You saw the schedule, right, for September? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did you see?
I think we're on a delay. We got a long delay or something.
Yeah, it must be.
Stop fighting. Fight me. That's it.
I'm going to bounce out and come back in.
You're good. Okay. We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you in a minute. No, go ahead and bounce out. All right. Stephen B. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you some questions here. So, you saw the schedule, right? For the Yankees?
Yeah, I looked at the schedule before. This is the first, like the Astros, Blue Jays, and the Red Sox.
Yeah, so you got the Astros, you got the Blue Jays, Tigers, Red Sox. That's 12 games. What do you think the Yankees' record is going to be?
I'm hoping at least 500. If we're gonna go through that whole back stretch, if we can go 500 or better, I'll take that. And especially if we play good against the Blue Jays and the Red Sox.
So you're saying 6-6 or better?
Yes.
Okay.
If we can get through that and not lose ground, the last 2 weeks it's an easier schedule than what the Blue Jays have to face in the Red Sox. So there is a chance that we can do good against them and not lose ground and be like within a game or two. We have the easier schedule and we should be able to overtake and win the division, but it's going to be a really tough call because they're very inconsistent.
Like a crapshoot.
Yeah, for sure. So Yankees right now, they're at 76 wins, right? So how many wins do you think they'll end up with by the end of the season?
I'm thinking probably 92 wins, and at the highest. I really think that realistically it's going to be like 90 games they're going to win.
Okay. I mean, neither one is unreasonable. So, yeah, because I had predicted 93 at the beginning of the season. Originally it was 96 because there wasn't injuries to the pitching. But then I was just like,
different expectations. But you got to think about this. With Cam Schuttler becoming his own individual and Gil coming back, it's a lot better. And imagine when Cole comes back next year, that's going to be who's the odd man out, and it's going to be a really good rotation. That could be one of the best in baseball.
I agree.
With young and controllable too.
Agreed, man. Agreed. What do you think the Yankees need to improve the most? Like, what do you think they need to do better?
Offense and defensively. And I don't say that like to be like that, but the situation hitting has been awful.
Mm-hmm.
Having Volpe at shortstop with 17 errors, not acceptable.
Right.
Hitting league average at least about 250 would be better than seeing guys in 230s to almost 200. And fundamentals like for the playing like on base, not knowing how many outs are, how many strikes out, not giving out outs.
Mm-hmm.
All these things we've been doing the last 3 years. Actually, I would go back even further. I'd say before Giardi got let go. After Giardi let go, it's always been an issue.
No doubt. What's up, Susan? Brooklyn's in the house. What's going
Susan.
on?
Hey, Susan.
Okay, so wins you're saying 90 to 92, and then they need to be better fundamentally speaking, right? Better situational hitting. Before and then I'll ask you one more question. Victor, I see you in the back. You ready to come up, man? Just give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come up. I think there's a bit of a delay between myself and Victor.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh.
There we go.
Are you good? You good, Victor?
Sorry about that.
No, are you good? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can
2 second
hear
delay.
perfectly. There is an echo in the
You're
background.
too much to handle.
Okay. I don't know if
Yeah, I
there's.
can hear you fine.
Okay.
Settings maybe with the background for Victor, maybe.
Unless, are you on your phone, Stephen B?
I'm on my phone, but mine has canceled. I'm outside, and there's nothing going around. And my settings are normal the same. And I've been on Good Studios and never had a problem either.
No, the only reason, yeah. No, the only reason I was asking because sometimes, like, if I've ever been on my phone and somebody else is talking, usually there's like a little robot sound coming through. So, and I had to mute the mic. That's all.
Yeah, no.
Right. So, if the Yankees make it to the, let me ask you this, Stephen B. If the Yankees make it to the postseason, how far do you think
That's what I
they'll?
hear. That's what I hear.
I think we'll see maybe go mid-tier. I don't think they're World Series caliber this year.
Sure.
I think we'll get to like the ALCS. Probably lose it. Probably maybe on a really good against a really good team.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't say this to be down on them, but their offense is never consistent. They're blowing games with errors, and every team that's the last times we've been playing them, hit the ball and play, hit it to either Volpe or one of the guys. They make an error, and we beat ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And until they take Volpe off the shortstop and play a different guy, it's just going to be the same insanity. Different chapter, same results.
That's a fair take. I respect it, no doubt. Let me see if Victor could hear me. Victor, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Seems like I think there's a little bit of a delay. So every time when I say something, it looks like there's a delay on your part. Not sure why, but
Sorry.
nah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just letting you know. Real quick, so let me ask you, what the first 2 weeks for the New York Yankees, the first 12 games. So they're playing the Astros, Blue Jays, Tigers, and then the Red Sox. In those 12 games, what do you think their record is going to be?
I would hope 6-6.
You would hope 6-6. Okay.
I think that's the best outcome that we could really hope for. I mean, that's the best scenario that can come out.
Okay. How many games do you think they'll end up with by the end of the season?
I think they'll finish between 90 and 92. And I think in this 12-game set that they got coming up, I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're going to come away from that at 9-3.
Whoa. Okay, so that's good. That's optimism right there. That's awesome. As far as the postseason goes, if they make it into the postseason, how far do you think they'll go?
I think it's Yankee time, man. I think it's Yankee time.
They are correcting a few things, so we'll have to see how it plays out.
They get past the wild card division. They get to the championship. You're not going to stop them. If they fall short, but they make it to that championship, they're going on to the World Series, and then we could talk.
So sorry, I had a hard time hearing you. You think they'll make it to the World Series?
Yes.
Okay.
The
All right.
the division is the most important series in this journey that the Yankees are putting us through. That's going to be the
Journey's right.
telltale test. The division.
Okay. What do you think the Yankees need to improve in the most? What do you think they need to improve on?
Management and lineup.
Management and lineup. Okay. Any player that you want to see improve particularly?
Hey,
Well, Volpe would
Sure.
be nice to see him improve.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, Rosario's looked a little shaky. So let's get him on track.
No doubt. Stephen B, which one player do you want to see improve the most?
I like to see Volpe, but at the same time, I'm kind of just. I think we need to move on from him, and I think we got to be playing the best players right now, and Volpe's not one of them, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like to see the guy they acquired from the Rays be the everyday shortstop because at least he plays fundamentals, he steals bases, he hits the ball in play, and does everything fundamentally right. I think that's what we need at shortstop. It needs a little bit better than Volpe at the moment.
Yeah, Caballero. Yeah, that's the guy that we got from the Rays. He's good, man. I like him. All right.
too.
Yeah. What about you, there, Beagle? What do you think? What do you think the Yankees need to improve on the most? Or
I'm ready
which
for
player
them
do
to
you
move
want
on
to
to
see?
Volpe and play whoever's better. Same thing with Jason. If there is a more sound outfielder, he should get more playing time.
Yeah. So, which player do you need to see? Would you like to see the most improvement from?
I'd like to see Volpe succeed
Uh-huh.
because he's been with us for so long. I mean, it makes no sense for him to come all this way and then replace him at the end.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, unless and I could very well be wrong, I don't think Volpe's going anywhere because he's about to enter his first arbitration year. And he's on the cheap. So there's also that. But, they do have Caballero. So as well, he's under team control as well. And Susan's asking Stephen B, what do you think of Austin Wells?
Where to begin? I mean, to me, Walls has been bad the whole year, besides the first 2 months, and then it seemed like he's been playing hurt, to me at least. And then what I think is the last 2 weeks he's been actually hitting up. I think he's hitting like 265 with a few home runs the last 2 weeks, which is really good. Starting to bring up the average, but I think you got to split Rice and Wells at catcher.
Hey.
And if you got to keep Rice bat in the lineup every day, I honestly think Walls is playing better. I mean, look at the other day. He had a snap throw at first base and got him out after a challenge that they thought was safe. I mean, he's starting to play a lot better. Maybe he finally got whatever he's been dealing with finally is working now.
No doubt. Yeah.
He's very inconsistent. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But you got.
No, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was going to say the only other thing I can think of is he's not used to playing every day. It's his second year. He was like splitting with Carbino, and then they were benching him for a while. Then he played a lot of games last year, more than he normally does for an inning. So it's wear and tear. So it's like a little sophomore slump, but now he's starting to heat up. It's a good heat up where we actually need him the most. But at the same time, where was all this, his good at bats since May, June, July, August? Now it's finally showing up. I just don't get it. It's really, I think he's been hurt or something with his nerve damage. They should have probably had him on the DL because they did do some tests. He's been hurting the team. Now he's actually helping the team. It's like a complete 180 now.
It's inconsistent.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, honestly, sometimes I don't know what it is, but sometimes players like heat up later in the season. Some of them will heat up, in the beginning of the season. Sometimes it's like towards the end of the season. Like you don't know how these guys are going to play out, man. I mean, it's kind of like Volpe, right? He last year, right? It was all right during the regular season, but I feel like Volpe like performed well in the postseason, all things considered. And then I thought, okay, maybe he'll ride that wave going into 2025, but unfortunately, it didn't pan out. I mean, he does some good things, but it's just like I just there needs to be more of that consistency. And I think Stephen B might have muted himself on that. I know he probably muted himself. You good? But Beagle, let me know what you think.
I would like a little more consistency from the lineup choices to the performance. I have no confidence in the team all season. I'm like, oh yeah, if they won 4, well, when are they going to lose again? Back in the day, they would lose 2 and then win the next 10. Win 1 or lose 1, then win the next 5. You know what I'm saying? They would go on these consistent long streaks.
What's up, Desiree? Hopefully you're
Hey, Desiree.
on your Labor Day. No doubt. What about you, Victor?
Definitely a lag.
All right, well, let's talk Wells for a second here, and I'll get it all out because of the delay.
Sure, you're good.
I'm a sucker for a great catcher. I've been saying the Yankees. Spoiled watching Winston grow up and a lot of other guys. Wells, I love Wells. But here you got 2 guys who supposedly have some kind of nerve.
So,
One
Victor,
is
real
just
quick, I know
day,
you're talking, but you're
on the
cutting
elbow.
in and out there, bud.
You know Wells is damaged, and yet Boone still does this craziness. So I'm not putting it on Wells. I'm putting it on Boone, not giving him the rest that he needs. Just put him on DL when it first happened. I mean, it's like mismanagement of injuries. It seems so simple, and here we are at the end of the season, and both guys have still suffered from something that happened a long, long time ago. I don't get it. And these guys, the medical, the doctors, and all the specialists, it makes no sense.
Did we lose him?
No, he was. I don't know about you guys, but he was cutting in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting in and out for you guys too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Victor, you were during that speech that you were giving, you were cutting in and out, man. So I personally, like, I had a hard time hearing you there, bud. I'm sorry, man.
All right. It was a good one too. I'll duck out.
I'm sure it was.
It's on my end, and I'm not going to hold the show up, bro. You deserve better than that. So I'll duck out. Maybe I'll catch in when everybody's gone or another time.
You're good. You're good.
Have a good one, Victor.
All right, we'll see you later.
See you, Victor.
I appreciate everybody, and I'll see you on the other side of the couple.
See you in the chat.
So, cool, man. Yeah. No, there was a lot of delay. So I mean, and then I couldn't when he was talking, there was like a lot of in and out, so I couldn't really make out what he was saying. So look, I think Austin Wells, I think he could be a better player than what he is. Honestly, as far as the catcher position goes, I mean, he does have good framing. I feel like he's improved on his framing. And I feel like he can call a good game behind the plate.
But I did hear someone report once that they don't like the way he prepares for games, and he can't throw anyone out at the plate.
Yeah, on a rare occasion he can throw folks out, but it's not. It's off. It's not often. But what do you think, Stephen B?
I never seen you throw anyone out unless they were really rude or did some crazy stuff in the background.
Sure. No doubt, man. No doubt.
And I've known you for almost 3 years already, 3 or 4 years.
Me?
Yeah, because I used
Like-
to see you on Jason's chat all the time.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I've never seen you throw anyone outside one person.
You never see me what? I'm sorry.
Never seen someone got banned unless it was absolutely on the off no,
Oh,
in the
yeah.
background. That's the only one person I know you actually banned besides those bots.
Yeah, the bots. Gotta love the bots.
Yeah, and then the famous troll too.
Yeah, well, we won't get into all that. Yeah, we won't get into all that.
Mm.
But yeah,
No.
so I'll probably I've been live for almost 2 hours, so that's crazy. But I
Yeah.
appreciate you gentlemen jumping on. Is there anything else that you all want to add before I drop you all down? Anything else that you all want to say? Stephen B, I'll just start with you real quick.
Anything? Would it be okay if I mention that channel I do or no?
Sure, go for it.
I do a channel live with with CT cards. I know NFE's been following us on there. He's said hi a couple of times. I just figure I let you guys know it is CSMS Yankees. We do open chat, always on usually on Mondays and Saturdays. But anyone's welcome on, and I just like to say NFE's actually been a big supporter in the background. I know NFE doesn't like to get the spotlight, but I like to say he did help us for a while for good stuff.
Oh, no, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I just try to do what I can, dude.
And you always been there for me too, especially when I called you and asked you about things. He's a really good guy, guys. So that's why I'm always on this channel, always trying to make sure he always gets those likes and the views and everything.
Well, I appreciate it, man. And I hope you and CT work it out and, get that channel growing. And I was going to say, put the link in the channel in the chat.
I will hop on my other account really quick if you want.
Up to you. Yeah.
I'll do that. I got both the link and the open panels. So I'll just put it in really quick. But
Sweet.
I'll see you then.
All right, dude. I appreciate you, Stephen B. Keep it up. Keep up the good work, and we'll check you.
Yeah, no, and it's open panel tonight. If anyone wants to come on, it's at 10 o'clock
Sweet.
Eastern time.
Sweet. I like it.
Okay. See you guys in the chat in a minute.
Yep. Have a good one, guys. I'm gonna go eat.
What about you? Anything else you want to add before you leave there, Beagle?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I just want to see the Yankees do better.
Yeah, I understand.
They need to be more consistent. And I do post shorts of Portos on my channel. So if you ever want to come and see some funny moments, that's the place to do it, because I'll be more active on that with that regard. People seem to like it. He's getting views, which is nice. Just some fun. Dogs always make everybody smile. I don't care what the breed is.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, I've seen some of your videos, and honestly, it's pretty funny. I do get a good laugh, man.
He does the unexpected, that's for sure.
That's dogs for you, right?
Especially since he's a babe magnet. Everybody wants to come over and say hi.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. Every time I see a puppy, I'm just like, okay, I need to go get a puppy every single time. But all right, Beagle, I appreciate you jumping on, man.
My pleasure.
Yeah, this is your first time jumping on the open panel, at least on my channel. I can't speak.
Well, I've been on other Lego streams, so I'm no stranger to the streaming process. I have to actually put the link in a different browser for it to work, because it doesn't accept Safari. That's how I learned.
Oh, I got you.
Which is weird.
Okay. Well, cool, man. Well, I'll go ahead and drop you down.
Okay, Doc.
And I appreciate you coming on as always. So
Anytime.
thank you so much. But we'll see you in the chat. We'll see you later. So
Yep.
All right, buddy. Have a good.
I'll be here.
Night. All right.
Have a good one, guys.
You too. All right, folks. So let me do this real quick. But yeah, folks, that's what we got. That's what we got. Yankees had a better August. Let's see what they do in September. These first 2 weeks are going to be really tough for the Yankees. These first 2 weeks are going to be really hard. But like I said, I expect a 6-6 or a 7-5 record. Honestly, that's what I'm expecting. But we'll see what goes down, folks. We'll see what the Yankees do in the first 2 weeks, and we'll see how the rest of the season plays out. I'd still say they're going to make it to the postseason. And, it's going to be very telling what this team is going to look like. The first 2 weeks, I feel like, will tell us everything that we need to know. And I think, honestly, if they play bad in the first 2 weeks, I could see them being eliminated in the AL wildcard division or a series, should I say. And if they play slightly well, or if they play a little bit better, I could see them being eliminated in the division series in the ALDS. But let's just see how things play out, though. Baseball, once again, funny sport, as you all know. Anything can happen at any given moment. So let's just see how the rest of the season plays out. But they're off tonight, so you all get to relax. Don't have to yell at the TV or anything or get frustrated, right? But they do start their series in Houston tomorrow against the Astros on a 3-game set. I'll be live for the play-by-play. I'll be doing pre-games, so I hope to see all of you there. But once again, I do appreciate every single one of you jumping on, and thank you to everybody that jumped on the open panel. We'll do an open panel again in the future. I just don't know when, but keep on the lookout for it. And congratulations to the winners of the gift cards. To winning a $20 gift card from Fanatics. I'll get that out to you guys. But we'll do some other giveaways, once we hit some more milestones or something, or we do, or like opening day or something like I did, did some baseball card giveaways. But folks in the chat, thank you all very much for tuning in. You guys and gals are the best. Thank you all very much. You're good there, Joseph. You're good. You do what you got to do. I'm going to end the live stream here, but thank you all again. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Make sure you all hit the like button on the way out. Hit that subscribe button if you're new and you're watching this for the first time. I would greatly appreciate it, and keep sharing this channel out, folks. Enjoy the rest of your Labor Day. Enjoy your Monday, folks, and enjoy your evening. And we will see you all tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone. And as always, let's go Yankees.